Welcome back. The Herd is coming up next here on FS1. Doug Gottlieb is in for Colin. Hey, Doug, what is on the show today?
Well, Packers are looking for a head coach, and one name has come up in the coaching search that is going to make everyone roll their eyes, chuckle a little bit, and try and figure out what in the heck are the Packers doing. We'll bring up that name at the top of the hour in the Herd.
All right, Doug, thanks. Time for our final topic of the day. Derrick Rose got a hero's welcome and even heard MVP chants in Chicago last night. He scored 24 points in the city where Rose spent 8 seasons and won an MVP award. Rose is having a great season, averaging nearly 19 points per game. Shannon, how impressive has he been?
This has been really impressive, and I'm glad to see the resurgence because those injuries robbed him of a promising career. Skip, when he came into the league, he was the most athletic point guard we'd ever seen. He was a point guard that could play above the rim.
Yep.
And then, you know, Russ comes along and does what he does, but people forget just how athletic this young man was. What we're seeing now, Skip, gives you a glimpse of why he's the youngest MVP in NBA history. Because he's 25 and 8, I think he was, 21 years of age. He was special. He was special, and then the knee injury, and then what came along with that, and then the ankle injuries. And then in Cleveland, Skip, they shipped him to Utah with that trade, and they just waived him. And he found a home back with Tibbs,
his old coach,
and he's unbelievable.
He is making 46% of his three-point shots. I thought that would be impossible because the best he ever shot was 34%. And yet, he's not even a starter for this team. He comes off the bench because Teague's the point guard, obviously. So all this said, all that he's done for this team, they're still 16 and 18, and they're in 13th spot in the West. And I don't get that because your team, with him coming off the bench playing that way, you should be way better than this, and maybe they'll take off.
And he says he wants to win Most Improved. Well, he's well on his way, and he's going to get strong consideration for 6th Man of the Year.
That's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. Right now, Doug's going to tell you why things...
No more.
Why is that?
Because I want to dictate the environment that I want to be in. So it's just like, you know, you can't give me the bells and whistles and be like, you know, I'd rather see what you do on a day-to-day basis. Or like that stuff really doesn't impress me. Like arenas and doing extra shit just for me. Like, nah. I just want to see if you're a real person. I just want to make sure I get as much money as I can in my next deal.
Okay.
So I can stack up my money and figure it out.
Okay, Shannon, what do you make of those comments?
For KD said he didn't want to talk about free agency entering into this year. For someone that doesn't want to talk about a subject, he sure spends a lot of time talking about the subject.
That's a very good point. I will agree with that point.
Which he doesn't want to talk about. Skip, the thing is, he said, but see what, this is a shot. Okay, let's take the back. He says he wants to make as much money as he possibly can, which is Golden State can play him the most money. Now, who said that, Skip? In his return to Cleveland, LeBron James says, I will never, ever play for anything less than what? The max. Why you listening? Why you taking advice from somebody that's toxic? Oh, that's not, we talk about that later, Skip. He says he wants to control the environment. The environment in Golden State was already established before Kevin Durant got there.
True.
So he wants to go somewhere where he has input in the type of environment. And then all of a sudden, it'll be KD brought this here. You see, Skip, he says, well, can't no one recruit him anymore. Well, that's exactly what Golden State did. And he says, well, stadium doesn't impress him, so Golden State, y'all taking him to that new arena that they built in San Francisco, he wasn't impressed.
That was just like a month ago. They gave him a personal tour with the hard hat, right?
That doesn't
impress me.
But Skip, here's the thing. KD, you never know what, when someone's recruiting you. I can assure you, when Coach Saban goes into a grandmother's or a mother's home to recruit their son or grandson, he's not yelling. He's not going to tell them, I'm going to make you do wind sprints. He puts on a nice touch. KD, you never know what someone's going to get like until you actually get there and you see them on a day-to-day basis, which in turn means you're going to have to sign to find out what someone's like. Steph could have told you this, and Iggy and Draymond and Clay, they could have told you all of that. But that's what they do in the recruiting, Skip. They put on all the flair, all the fluff, make sure you have, KD, whatever you need. And then when you get there, like, hold on, Coach Saban yells? Oh, they were like this. I didn't know this. Why didn't you do this when you were in my living room? Come on, KD, bro. You've been on recruit. You went to University of Texas. I'm sure that wasn't the only school that recruited you. So you know how they pile it on really, really thick. Tell you everything you want to hear in order to get you to where they want you to be.
Yep.
And then, but Skip, this is, I mean, Warriors, I would be a little concerned because it sounds like to me, Skip, and KD knows this, he's never going to get the credit that he deserves winning championships there. He goes to the Knicks. He wins one championship with the Knicks. It'll be worth more than the 3 that he win. If he were to win this one this year, it'll be worth more than 3.
Sure.
Because even though you did the same pass with LeBron joined a 47-win team that got kicked out in the first round. He didn't join a 73-9 team that had lost in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So Kevin Durant is sending a lot of mixed messages. But for a guy that said at the beginning of the season he want to talk about free agency, he damn sure spends a lot of time talking about free agency.
Does.
So I'm going to say it one more time. Kevin Durant is the best player on the planet. That's what I believe.
I can't tell.
But I cannot defend the best player on the planet when he speaks to the media or gets on Twitter and starts to unravel. Yeah, I know.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah, multiple personalities. And I have no idea what much of this meant because Kevin Durant, I'm going to say this again, he is the thinnest skinned superstar I have ever closely observed. And I do not love that about him, but it doesn't seem to affect him on the biggest stage in the finals when he's the back-to-back finals MVP.
Correct.
He seems to be able to disassociate from that side of his personality and rise and shine when I least expected him to 2 years ago in the finals. That was the weight of the NBA world. Everybody wanted to see Kevin Durant fall on his face because he left Russell Westbrook high and dry in Oklahoma City, right?
Yep.
So what I don't like about Kevin is that the littlest thing from the littlest person can just set him off and set him spinning off the court, right?
It's normally a Joe Smo on Twitter.
Yeah, and it could have been Joe Schmo that he just read before Chris Haynes interviewed him that set him off and said, well, I'm gonna show him, you can't recruit me.
Right.
Because somebody probably said, Kevin, you love to be recruited because he does love to be recruited. He loves to be wined and dined, and he loves the attention, and he loves the empowerment that he has this year as he heads toward another free agency, right?
Who doesn't like to be wined and dined and said how much you wanted and how much you needed?
He is basking in this.
Yes.
But I don't trust what he says from day to day because he is capable of saying one thing today and saying the complete opposite
tomorrow
or tonight.
Okay.
Right?
True.
Am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what am I supposed to make of? He says, I want to stack money. Okay, fine. If that's what you want, then just stay in Golden State because you can make $30 more million.
Correct.
And for a 5-year max, right?
Correct.
Okay, why wouldn't you stay there? And where have you made all your best investments in Silicon Valley? So wouldn't you stay to watch over your investments or continue to roll out new investments?
Yep.
Wouldn't that be where you could stack the most money?
Yep.
I guess New York you could argue, but you can't make as much salary in New York.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So
I guess he's saying, in New York, I'd be the toast of the town.
Yeah, but the mixed message comes. Then he says arenas. Don't show me arenas. Well, wait a second. They just did.
Yeah.
And he knows that full well.
And he had a shovel, some red tip boots.
He had his hard hat on.
And a hard hat.
Come on.
And a new arena.
Yeah, and it's like in your face, Golden State. I don't need that.
And then talking about Skip, remember, he also said they're probably going to have statues of us out front of this arena.
And you don't want that? You don't need that?
Okay.
So what? I don't know. I mean, my gut would be that right now he would lean towards staying in Golden State. But then we get to culture.
Yes.
Then we get to day-to-day. I want real people. Well, the only way he's going to know the realest people are the people he's living with right now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he took a chance that...
Draymond real. Draymond really real.
Okay.
How much more real you want than that, Katie?
And that's the hugest X factor right now. And I'm going to say this again. I still believe before this trade deadline, the only way to ensure, to guarantee that Kevin is going to stay in Golden State, they've got to get rid of Draymond.
But for what, Skip? Draymond's look, Draymond.
I know he's more valuable. I don't care. This would be addition by subtraction, and I know it would be a big, bold
move. But what if
KD
still leave?
Okay, you can't get a guarantee on that. You could get a handshake, you could get a verbal agreement, but you can't sign anything. I'm just saying that would virtually guarantee that he would stay because if you go that far for me to clear the air, to clear the decks.
I don't like promises.
Yeah.
My grandma said promises like pie crust, Jenny, thin and easily broken.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So after the game the other night, he again spoke strongly, harshly, dare I say, about Draymond Green in the basketball context because he said, I hate it when he hesitates. So do I. I can't even watch.